Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we have Parada Krishna with us. So this topic is going to be how to manage finance and everything related to finance in Canada, not the whole, in just in Canada. And there are few questions and few answers which might be you can follow anywhere from the world. So it will be helpful for anyone who are watching who needs to plan their finance.
Yeah.
So let's get on to the video.
Sure. Yeah. Excited about the video.
So, bro, to start with, what are the banks that are available in Canada?
So, unlike in India, we don't have any private or like they have only 8 banks or so, 8 to 10 banks, like TD Bank, Scotia Bank. So we have RBC Bank, CIBC Bank, and a couple of other banks as well. So
I think like 3 banks are major banks.
I mean,
RBC, Scotia Bank, and CIBC. Major banks.
These are the
TD Bank is the associate bank of Scotia Bank.
Scotia Bank, yeah.
And there is some other bank which is associated with RBC, some other bank which is associated with CIBC.
Yeah, but most of the people doesn't know it. So there are obviously the sub branches, or like usually these three banks are which you will be seeing most of the time when you are trying to do your GIC. These are the banks you are gonna do the GIC with. But if at all which bank you are in? You're with Scotia, right?
I'm with, like, initially I was with Scotia.
Okay.
Like my GIC was with Scotia. I started account in RBC just for savings.
Okay.
And like they provided high interest savings, like promotional offer for 3 or 4 months. It's like 3% or something.
Okay.
So then after 4 months, they will stop that 3%, and the savings, the high interest savings will be like 1.5 or 1.75 in RBC.
Yeah.
So same with Scotia. So in the initial stages, they offer more than nearly 3.5 to 4%. So after that, they are providing interest around 1.75 to 1.95%.
So most of the people doesn't know one point. They think that the services which the banks give are free, but in Canada it's not the case. Unlike in India, they actually charge you for the services. So for the apps which you use, for the credit cards which you use, and for interact transactions which you use, they're actually chargeable stuff. So actually, I would say instead of you keeping money in the bank, they're actually charging for giving the services. So until and unless you use the student card, I mean, as a student, if you say I'm a student, I'm doing here and all, studying here and all, so only then you get a student services. So
which is free.
Which is free.
So once you are done with studies, you have to pay for
the services as well. So they're gonna charge you every month like $15 something. So
yeah, it depends on
the plan you are in, all this stuff. So just as an example, but yeah, it's a chargeable service which you take from the banks.
So what I did was I closed RBC. I went with online banks. So even if you are not student, these online banks are free.
Okay.
And they are providing interest for more than 2.25 to 2.5%. So this is not a promotional video for those banks.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? If at all you want to open any GIC account, we will give our referrals in the bottom in the description. If you think you got some information from these videos, you can support us through using those referrals, and we'll be getting some bonus, and you'll be getting some bonus as well. So it's going to be win-win for both of us.
So like those banks are not paying for us.
Yeah, just as a referral, we get some money, right? So
and this is not a financial advice too.
No, that's fine.
So that most of these are the things which we are doing. So if you can also use our ideas, but you have to do your own research before doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I started with researching on, I saw a few ads on Neo Financial Bank. Then I went into, like, whenever I'm seeing something, so what I will do is I'll do a basic search and then I'll do a research. So what I found was Neo Financial is controlled by Concentra Bank, which is one of the banks in Canada, which was like one of those banks in 12 available banks. And this Concentra Bank is controlled by EQ Trust.
Okay.
And EQ Trust has their own bank, own online bank like Neo Financial. It's EQ Bank. So Neo Financial is providing 2.25 percentage interest, and EQ Bank is providing 2.5 percentage interest. If you don't want credit card, you can go with EQ Bank. I don't want credit card because that account is just for saving money. So I don't want
So
credit card.
you actually have a credit card with you?
I have a credit card with me for with Scotia Bank.
Okay.
Like when I was opening account with RBC, I never opted for credit card because I have one credit card, and that's enough for me.
That's more than fine. I think also it's really important that you build your credit score here because you are new to the country, and if at all you're not being disciplined with your credit cards, it's gonna punish you with the credit score. So be careful about it. Try building your credit score as much as possible. I would say use your credit card. What I would do is, as a credit card, when I go to buy some grocery or something, I buy it through credit card. Once I get into my home, I pay my credit card bill right away.
I think that's not the it might help. Yeah. What I will suggest you to do is like pay after 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, you can do that as well, but
don't wait for the deadline.
Them to provide a bill and all. The reason why I don't pay like after 3 days is because sometimes people forget, so I don't want to forget the stuff. So I actually pay right away if possible. If not, I'll pay it way before the deadline.
I'll do like once in every week.
Yeah.
I'll use credit for this week and I'll pay that for next week because like once I did like in the beginning I used to pay the credit card bills on Fridays. Mm-hmm. So it will take like until Monday or Tuesday. It will process the transaction in Monday and it will reflect in my account in Tuesday.
Yeah.
So because Friday and Saturday is a holiday, so what I changed was I used to pay. Now I'm paying my credit card bills on Monday. So within evening or
it will get reflected.
In Tuesday, it will get reflected in my account.
Yeah.
So that will help you to build a good credit history.
For sure.
Yeah. Which will help you in future when you are buying a home, one car or home or something.
And also, like just like India, they also have this credit score points, and also if at all you are associated with some kind of, they have a lot of points. They have scene points, they have aviation points, they have all the other stuff points also. So
yeah, I use scene points from Scotiabank to go to movies. Like I used to go to movies every month, so I'll pay for free. It's literally for free. I'll use my credit card for buying groceries or some other things. I'll get a scene point. I'll use that scene point to go to movies.
Yeah. So it is better that you use your credit card because you get points as well as you get your credit score pumped. So I would suggest anyone to use a credit card, right? So,
in a good way.
In a good way, yeah, for sure. Because it can be as bad as you think as well. It can be good.
Yeah, it's like a knife.
Yeah.
You can use whatever you want to do with the knife. So you have to use how
consciously and properly, yeah.
So in Canada, in banking, we have two accounts. One is checking and one is savings.
Yeah.
Like what is? Can you say about what?
Yeah, for sure. People doesn't know. Actually, when I was opening the account, the person who was helping me to open the account was an Indian, right? He was actually explaining me to understand what is savings, because this one all is really new to us. It doesn't work like this back in India. So what he was saying is that savings is where you cannot spend the money from. You need to, if at all you have like $10,000 in your savings and you have $0 in check-ins, you need to at least transfer whatever amount you want from the savings to check-ins, only then spend it. Because if you are spending directly from the savings, they're gonna fine you for that or charge you for it.
Yeah, like so, I once transferred my amount directly from savings account to one of the other bank accounts. Like they deducted, like I transferred around 2,000. They deducted $25 for transferring from savings account. So if you have to, both are your accounts.
Yeah, but still
if you have to use the amount which that's in the savings account, you have to transfer that to the checking account, and then you can use.
And it's literally will take you like seconds to do it, but there are chances that you might forget, right? So you need to make sure to use your credit card. That's where it gets handy. Once you want to pay the bill, then you can from the savings to check-ins, and then you pay your credit card bill, and the interest which you get is going to be for the money which you have in the savings. For check-ins, you will not get the interest. So Yeah.
But in EQ Bank,
Mm-hmm.
you will get amount.
Oh, okay. That's
There is
very
no
new.
there is no credit card with the EQ Bank,
Mm-hmm.
but there is just a debit card. If you have amount in a debit card or in the account, you will get 2.5% interest.
Yeah.
And if you are spending with a debit card or with a EQ Bank account, you will get cashback of 0.5% for every transaction.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's
So-
why I chose EQ Bank. If you are okay with, if you have to do your own research, and then if you are okay with opening an account with EQ Bank, you can open the account after researching, after doing proper research. So what I'm coming to next is using credit cards.
Yeah.
Like back in India, most of the people don't use credit cards, and even if people are using credit cards, they will just insert the card or swipe the card. Here the thing is there is tap and pay. Everything
Tap
is
and
tap
pay.
and
Yeah,
pay.
everything
So
is
there
tap
is
and
there
pay.
is a risk of getting scammed or fraud over there. So you need to have RFID protected cards or RFID protected wallets or
Wallets or
mobile
something.
banks for
Yeah.
that.
And the other thing, once your card is lost, you are not obligated to, if at all you are not paying it, then the bank is going to take care of it. So that in that way also credit card is really a good option if you think in that way.
And then like I'm going to the next topic.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have emergency fund with you?
Well, I don't have it right now, but I'm planning to have it since, well, as a student, it is really tough to maintain for your tuition fee and all this stuff. I don't have an emergency fund right now, but for sure, once I'm, have a decent amount of money with me, I would definitely like to start emergency fund, and it's really important, right? So,
So what is your idea about emergency fund?
uh, well, it is really helpful because you doesn't want to be in a situation where you don't have money at all with you. You should, I think, uh, like as a student, it is tough to have energy, like emergency fund. But when once you get your really good job, or like once you start doing your field job, then without knowing you will have your emergency fund, I would say, because your salary you are not going to spend it whole, and emergency fund, if at all your parents or somebody is going to come, you need to make sure that like you have sufficient money, because if something goes wrong for some reason, I mean, it should not happen, but if at all it happens, you should have a sufficient amount with you. So yeah, it is definitely one of the like important factor, because everything is expensive in Canada. It's not like in India, right? You can take the loan right away. It's still you are trying to build your credit score and all, so it might take.
I think having emergency fund is a mandatory for
Yeah.
anyone, not in Canada,
Yeah.
anyone, because what if like we are in
No.
recession?
Yeah,
and
I understand.
What if our job, if we are fired immediately
The
and
reason-
we have to live for next 3 months without a job?
The reason why I was saying is that in India we actually have some property with us. You understand what I'm saying? If you have a house or something, you can actually ask for a loan or something, and you get it approved really quick because you have some money. As an Indian, you have some house or land or something. But here, if you are new as a student, or like you are trying to start from zero, you don't have any property at all. So, well, what I'm saying is that.
You're literally like a refugee.
Yeah. So
But in different tag.
yeah, but thing is that you have a weapon called as education, so you can start earning just like that. So yeah, but yeah, emergency fund you will get it once you start job. But no matter if at all you are in India or you are in Canada, but you need to definitely have your emergency fund with you.
Okay. How much money is too much money according to you?
Bro, nothing is too much money, bro. Nothing is too much money at all, I would say, because well, if there are houses which go for like 2 million and all, so well, 2 million is just for one house. I mean, nothing is too much money, I would say, because if you want to retire by yourself, you need to have at least 3 to 4 houses to get like rents on them and start living by the rent itself. So nothing is too much money, but I think if you have some around like 10 million or so, I think in the houses or something, if you have a decent rent coming in, I think you can retire, I guess. So I mean, if you don't have a really ambitious goals and all, if you just want to chill your life, you can do that.
Okay, according to you, like if you are going to say, you said that you are going to save money.
Uh-huh.
if you want to save money immediately, like if you are going to start saving money from tomorrow or today,
Okay, yeah.
what is the first thing you are going to save money for? For what you are going to save
For
money?
sure, for tuition fee, man. Tuition fee. Once I complete the course, until and unless I complete the course, my whole goal will be towards the tuition fee, because it's something. It's kind of it's a kind of an situation we are in. But once we are done with the tuition fee and all, everything is done. Then, like, my other thought would be sending back to complete my loan back in India, or like, construct a house in India. So once that is done, my parents are like pretty much done, because we already have a house. If you have a more than one house, they actually get a rental income which is decent enough. Then I can, buy stocks. I would like to invest in stocks. I know I used to do it in back in India. So since I'm not having any money right now, I'm not doing it. But it is for the long term, not for the short term and just for the trading. I do it for the long term. And also, since the market of housing here is really really good, I mean, if you buy any house near to university, the rental income would free the house in 7 to 8 years, which is like crazy. I mean, if your house is free in 8 years, what else you need? You buy four houses, and you need to give only 20% of the house as an upfront, if at all you want to take a loan from the bank, and rest of the money which you get as a rent, you can pay to the bank itself. So, yeah, it's really, I think it's really an no brainer to not to buy a house.
Continuing with the previous thing, like you said, you told that you are going to save for tuition.
Yeah, most of the stuff is gonna go for my tuition. If it all, yeah, I don't have any other things like buying a car or something. Until unless I get a really, really good job, I'll not be buying a car. So, yeah.
I'm going to save money for going back to India. So we don't know for what we are going back to India.
Yeah.
It might be for anything. Maybe for positive things or maybe for negative things. I think we should start saving money right after when we are here, when we started working. We have to start saving money to go back to India.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what's
Yeah,
the
because
situation.
something spontaneous happens.
Anything might happen, right? So because I know a story, there was a person whose mother died. He don't have enough money, so that he never went to India. Like after 1 week, he got some money. Then he went back to India, and he could never see his mother again. So they have to do the rituals, and he never saw his mother again. So that's the thing which we need to, like, according to my view, like that's the thing which we should start saving for right away when we are started working.
Gotcha.
That most of the people are doing that, and I spoke with few other people as well, not from Canada or from UK, from who are people who are away from home, even inside India as well. So few people are living in different part of the state, different part of the country, and the first thing they started saving is for going back to their home place.
Gotcha. The funny thing I would say is that I also might need to go to India at August, but it's because of the positive thing, but it's in compulsion. It's not like I have an option to not to go or something. I should definitely go back to India, because it's going to be my sister's wedding, I guess. So yeah, so it's going to be.
I think the airplanes companies or some other companies which related to travel industries, and they should have some open ticket something. So like we can take a open ticket and we can use that whenever we want.
Yeah.
Once we can use that once. We can go back where to India. Like let's say from Canada to India, if they have open ticket, we can use that once. After that, we can buy the same open ticket and we can come back, or we can use that whenever we want to.
Okay, got you.
But the thing is, they won't do that because
won't do that
the
because-
pricings will be like in sometimes the pricing will be higher. Sometimes they need to
also
make profit.
Also, it is more of the industry is completely volatile. It's not in their hands as well, right? It's completely depends on the oil and the economy and all this stuff. So, well, it's not in their own hands.
And I think
Yeah, for
we
sure.
pretty much
That's actually a good point, that you need to have in your mind if at all something happens. You should be able to afford to go back to your home country. Makes really sense when you say that. Yeah.
Because that was the story which I came here, which I heard that when I came here. That was the that was I heard that from the second or third person whom I met once I land here.
Uh,
So I started like now I have the needed fund which I need to
how
go back
much
to
is it?
India. It will differ
Yeah.
due to the
Is it
season. So
is
I
it
have
around
4,000.
5K? Okay, okay.
4,000 like
That's more than fine, I would say. But well, I got a scholarship.
hopefully.
I spent the whole scholarship on. It's not a scholarship; it's a fellowship. I spent the whole fellowship on this semester,
Yeah.
coming semester, spring semester. So currently, I think, I don't have any money right now, but yeah, that's definitely a thing which we need to think.
I think pretty much we covered most of the things related to finance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any questions for me related to finance,
Yeah. So, well, what is the too much money for a student to spend on his housing,
housing, like for this province and especially for St. John's, 700 to 800 will be ideally will be okay.
including
If
everything? That's what you're saying.
just including everything, like we
Mm.
have 700 to 800 including everything. So like
No,
there
I'm
are
saying,
few
is it
person
for
who
the?
just need single person home, not a combined home. Like this is like we are four people living here, and like few times friends will come and go. Like few people are like they are like they are not good with living with people, so they need separate accommodation like single room, and they need their own private rest washrooms and private kitchen. So in that case, like they can't spend more than 900 for just for housing. But people are like few people are spending more than that. Like speaking with the on-campus residents, like I made a video about on-campus residents. So there, for living, like it for per semester, it's more than 2,735. That's fine. Like it's 600 to 700 per month just for living. And if you are like that was the place which you should have mandatory meal plan.
Meal plan.
So
That's going to be
that's
expensive.
that's again another 2,785. So in combining both, you have to spend more than 1,300 to 1,400 per month,
So
including food as well as the
accommodation.
accommodation. But the catch there is you are spending more than $600 just for food, but you cannot eat whenever you want. It's like from it will open in the morning like 8 7, they will close by 8. So if you are coming after 8, you don't have food.
Okay.
If you are going to shift before 7, or if you are returning from the shift, obviously if you are returning from doing your work, you will be exhausted and you don't have you can like you have to go to that place to eat. It will be around like nearly like 2 buildings away. You have to walk
Got you.
there, and you have to return back. So most of the people won't eat in the morning. So
So
just for one meal a day, you have to spend a lot. So I think that's not necessary.
that's
That's not
crazy
necessary. Yeah.
expensive. Well, you said your point. I think any student should not spend more than 600 for the accommodation. I mean, I'm saying it including everything,
Including everything.
with the electricity bill, with the Wi-Fi, with the water bill, whatever they get. I think any student should not go beyond 600 if they are in budget. If they are like from the rich family, they can spend whatever they want. But if they are coming from the like middle class or like a decent family, and they have a constraint on their budget, they should not go beyond 600. I think 600 is more than fine. You can get your own private room and maybe sharing bathroom or something. But I think six is fine. And on top of it, I think 200 or 250 or around 300 should be all together for the groceries and your miscellaneous expenditure altogether should be less than around 300. So around
So you
900.
cannot spend more than 1,000 per month,
Yeah, for sure. Don't spend
including
more than,
everything.
yeah, including everything. Should definitely not go beyond 1,000 for sure.
But there are people
Yeah, they
spending
spend
a
it.
lot.
The reason why I'm saying ideally they should not spend it, because if at all they are in a budget and they are going crazy, then it's gonna.
I think people should be aware of managing their own finance.
That's
Most of the people, like back in India or anywhere, financial education is not
thought as in,
where,
as a
yeah,
course or something, but yeah.
it should be taught, I think.
Yeah, it should be definitely thought, and also it is like you need to understand from this kind of videos, or like say for example, if you have your senior, you need to understand stuff, and it is always better to write it down, right? So for
Yeah.
example, if on this day, on like May 6th, May 7th, you're spending this much money, write it down somewhere in the Excel or something. I think that would definitely help. Most people might argue that like why should I do it. You can actually download from the debit card or credit card, whatever you're spending, you get the whole bill. But it is not that. You will not be cautious if you start writing it down subconsciously. You know that this much has money has been spent, right? So you'll be more cautious about it. So I think maintaining some Excel or something would be definitely.
Also, adding to that, one of your videos you mentioned about having two bank
Yeah,
accounts,
yeah. So
one for spending and one for saving.
savings.
So you can just put $1,000 per month in this account. You know what you have.
Yeah.
You can pay your rent and you can do whatever you want within that $1,000.
That thousand, yeah.
You can save a whole bunch of the rest of the money
For your
which you have. Yeah.
whatever, maybe for going back to India, or like paying your tuition fee itself. So yeah.
I think like we pretty much covered most of the part
Yeah, so
in the
if at all you
finance.
guys have any doubts related to finance, or if you feel like we didn't cover some part, you can ask us in the comment section. If at all we have sufficient enough doubts, we can make a whole different videos. Else we can make a shorts on top of your comments, so that it uh, so that we can answer pretty much all of your questions. Well, yeah, thanks guys, thanks for your support. I think most of the people are looking into our YouTube channels, but they are not subscribing. Please subscribe guys, please like and subscribe to our videos. It motivates us a lot. So we spend a lot of effort. It's not easy to make such kind of content, getting some person to have interaction kind
Yeah,
of
the
thing.
algorithm is made like if you are, even if you are not subscribing, if you're liking and if you're commenting in the video, might be anything like positive or negative. If you're just commenting, it will make the video activity increasing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it will be pushed
So
towards the
it will definitely motivate us. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Until the next video, take care, see you, bye.